I'm going to be predicting every single player, their stats, their numbers for this season. It's going to be hard. It's going to be very difficult. I might get all of them wrong. Hey, I might get all of them right. Hey, but I'll be real. I think my conversion rate will be good. I think I might get a good ratio. But let's see, man. Before I go any further, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and put down in the comments what you feel about certain players. Let me know your own stats and numbers for each of the players which I'm about to mention. So the first player that we're about to mention is Dani Carvajal, Ammu Carvajal, who finished with 6 goals and 5 assists last season. Very surprising numbers. If you go back at every season before that, he would barely get a goal or 2 or maybe a couple of assists. So the fact that he got 6 goals and 5 assists is massive. I think the reason for that is because we only had Rudiger and he was a set-piece threat. If we had another centre-back, maybe Militao, it would have maybe lowered. And also the fact that we had no striker, so we needed a set-piece threat inside the box. I think heading into next season, because of the fact we've got Mbappe now, who we've got a striker now, and the fact that we've got Militao back, which will hinder his numbers, I think Dani Carvajal will finish on 1 goal and 6 assists. Then we have Alaba, who last season finished on 0 goals and 1 assist. Of course, he got injured with an ACL in November, so barely played throughout the whole season. Next season, again, he's not going to be healthy till November. So even when he comes back, I don't know if he's going to get minutes and everything of that sort. But for some reason, for a weird reason, I don't think the partnership of Rudiger and Militao will work out. So I feel like Alaba will have an impact just because of the fact his ball playing, the fact that he can play left centre back, I think might be important heading into next season. But I don't think his number's going to be crazy high. I think he's going to finish on a goal and 2 assists. Then we have Fran Garcia, who finished on 1 goal and 6 assists last season. Most of those assists came towards Joselu, who of course was our only threat inside the box when we didn't have a striker. Now with Joselu being gone, Mbappe's there, but I don't see Mbappe doing the Joselu role in the sense of being inside the box, but Endrick would do that. So I do still think his assist numbers will be high. Him scoring 1 goal, I think he'll get a lot of, because of the fact that now the left backs and right backs, of course, they're not sure whether to overlap and everything of that sort. So I think he'll finish on 1 goal and 7 assists next season. Then we have Ferland Mendy, who finished on 1 goal and 0 assists last season. Ferland Mendy is not the player that we're going to expect a lot of GAs from. He's not that player that is going to get a lot of crosses in. He's not the player that's going to get a lot of goals in. But I don't think he's going to score this season, I'll be real. I think he will get an assist because of the fact that we've got so many firepower up front with Mbappe, Endrick, and all of that sort. I think he will have, last season he finished 0 assists. So I think this season he will finish on an assist, but 0 goals. So I've got 0 goals and 1 assist for Ferland Mendy next season. Then we have Eder Militao, who, of course, you all know, ACL to start the season, barely played, so he finished on a bagel. 0 goals, 0 assists. Next season, I do think he's going to score a lot of goals, especially on set pieces, corners, free kicks, any of that sort. I think he'll score 4 goals next season. He'll basically take Dani Carvajal's goals, like Dani Carvajal scored against Dortmund, against the league game in December. I forgot who it was against. So all the goals Dani Carvajal scored at set pieces, he will take that to his own. And I think he'll finish on 4 goals, 0 assists next season. Then we have Rudiger, who finished on 1 goal and 2 assists. One of those assists was the iconic assist to Joselu against Bayern. I don't think his number is going to be crazy high. I do think Militao is a bigger threat than Rudiger at set pieces when it comes to heading. So I don't expect Rudiger's numbers to be as close to Militao's with 4 goals, which I predicted. So I think for next season, I think he will only score a goal. So I'll go with 1 goal and 0 assists for Rudiger. Then we have Lucas Vazquez, who finished on 3 goals and 7 assists last season. I don't think his numbers going to drastically change in the sense of maybe going down and going up. I think it will be at a similar ballpark. So I will go with 2 goals and 5 assists. Let's head to the midfielders and let's start with Eduardo Camavinga, who finished on 0 goals, 2 assists last season. Bro, I miss Camavinga's goals. I expect him to score at least 1 goal next season just because of the fact that we might change the formation. It looks very possibly that we might change the formation from, of course, a diamond formation to 4-3-3. So he might have a bit more advanced role heading into next season. So, and the fact Toni Kroos is not there, so he'll play more as an 8. So I do think he will score. In terms of the assist numbers, it will be I think similar. It's not going to change. So I'll go with 1 goal and 2 assists for Camavinga. Then we have Dani Ceballos, who I think will have a role in the B team. So whenever we rest the main team, I think he will have that specific role in that B team where he'll be starting most of the B team games. He finished on 1 goal and 2 assists last season. I don't think he's going to have any higher than that. So I'll go with 1 goal and 1 assist heading into next season. Then we have Tchouaméni, who finished on 3 goals and 1 assist last season. All right. This is now the biggest change in what I'm about to say. Whether it's going down or going up. For next season, I expect Tchouaméni to be more involved. I think he will have, I'm not saying the exact same role, but I think he will have a similar-ish role to what Rodri had last season with City, where he got more advanced, he was staying around the box, the goals, the assist, everything. I think because of the fact that we changed the formation, I think Tchouaméni's role will change. So I'll go with Tchouaméni's numbers, I think will go up. I might be wrong, but I don't think I will be. I'll go with 6 goals for Tchouaméni next season. Yeah, much higher than what it was last season and the season before and the season before. So I'll go with 6 goals and 3 assists for Tchouaméni. Then we have Lukita, who finished on 2 goals and 7 assists last season. His role is going to be similar to last season in the sense of he would control the B team. And of course, when Toni Kroos is not there, he might have a bigger impact compared to what he had last season in the main team, in the first team. He finished on 2 goals, 7 assists last season. I don't think it's going to change massively, even though I think now he's going to be more on set pieces alongside someone else, which I'm about to mention. I think for Lukita, I think he will finish on 1 goal and 6 assists next season. Then we have my boy, my guy, the GOAT, the greatest, the most important midfielder for Real Madrid, the most important player for Real Madrid, Fede Valverde. He finished on 3 goals and 8 assists last season. Hear me out. Hear me out. Let me land. Let me land. Fede next season, 10 goals. 10 goals, 6 assists. Yeah, you heard me. You heard me right. 10 goals, bro. He will go back to where he was 2 years ago. Next season, Fede's numbers will go up. I think because of this whole formation change and system change, I think his role will be more advanced compared to what it was before. I honestly think he will go back to what it was 2 years ago, where he will have more contribution going up in the sense of he's going to take more shots. He's going to be taking more effort. He's going to be surrounded by an absolute no one inside the box every now and then. So I think 10 goals is reasonable, and I think he'll finish on 6 assists as well. Then we have Brahim, who finished on 12 goals and 8 assists last season. Great season for Brahim Diaz last season. I think this season's going to be different because last season he got the chances because Vini was out with an injury, Rodrigo's out with an injury, Jude was out with an injury. So he got a lot of chances last season, and because of the fact we had no striker. So we had to rely on someone, and Brahim was the person, and he took advantage of it. Next season, we've got so many pieces, and we've got so many midfielders, so I don't think he's going to get as many chances as he had last season with the A team, but the B team will still start. I think his numbers will, of course, go down because he's not going to get many appearances compared to what it was last season. So I think for next season, it will be a very even 5 goals, 5 assists. Then we have Arda Güler, who finished on 6 goals and 0 assists last season. Of course, he barely played to begin the season off, and half the season and mid-season. He only got his chances pretty much around March time, and you looked at it. He took advantage and scored pretty much every single game. But one thing that we've realised, which we didn't know last season, is you guys witnessed what you saw at that Euros. And bro, this guy has got set pieces for days. The way he delivers the ball and the way his placement is majestic. Absolute beautiful. And I think he'll be the main set piece taker for Real Madrid heading into next season. So I think his assist numbers will go higher compared to what was last season. I mean, last season he had 0 assists. So I think next season he'll have much more assists. In terms of goals, I think he will still have goals because I think his role for next season will be much bigger than what it was last season. So if he finished last season on 6 goals and 0 assists, next season he will break double digits in assists. I think because of the fact set piece is going to be higher, and he's a great set piece taker. So I think I'm predicting him to have at least 10 assists next season. In terms of goals, I think he will have about 6 goals next season. And then last but not least, in the midfielders, we've got Jude Bellingham, who finished on 23 goals and 13 assists last season. I don't think his number's going to go any lower than what it was before. I know what everyone's thinking. Mbappe being there might change his role. If we change the formation from a diamond formation to 4-3-3, then his role is going to be different because he will be dropped a bit deeper. I hear it. But I do think for some reason, even with Mbappe being there, and even with a potential formation change and a position change, I do think his numbers is going to be very similar to what it was last season. I think personally he will score more than 20 goals. So I think he will maintain the 20 plus goals. And in terms of assists, I think he have more assists compared to last season. Because of the fact that Mbappe is there, so there's more creativity and there's more options and selection of players that can score. So I think for next season, I'm predicting Jude to have a 2015 season. Let's go to the forwards and let's start with Endrick, who didn't play last season at Real Madrid. So, of course, I can't give you his stats for last season. In terms of this season, I think, like I said, he will have the numbers as Joselu had last season. Maybe not to the same extent in the sense of because we had no strikers last season, so Joselu got a lot more minutes. And Endrick is, of course, fighting and competing with Mbappe, who I don't think is going to be rested every single game. So I think for next season, Endrick will get chances, but not as many chances as he would want to have. Even though he will still get enough chances because it's his first season at Real Madrid, his first season in Europe. So, of course, experience matters next season. We have to be patient. We have to be patient with him. Don't expect 20 goals, 30 goals, 40 goals. Be patient with Endrick. It's his first season. I think it's going to be very similar Vini-esque first season-ish season for next season. But I don't think it's going to be much worse. I'm going with 8 goals and 3 assists for Endrick next season. Then we have Rodrigo, who finished on 17 goals and 8 assists last season. Of course, his role last season was he was part of the main team. He was a starter every single game. And the numbers went higher when Vini went down. Because the numbers to start off the season, it wasn't that good. But when Vini went down for 3 months, he went back to the left-hand side and he got his numbers. He's pretty much scored in every single game and contributed in every single game. And then, of course, when Vini came back, numbers went lower and lower and lower. For next season, of course, he will go back to the right-hand side because I think we'll start the season off with a 4-3-3. But at the same time, I do think we might change the formation at one point of the season. So I do think the formation will change from the 4-3-3 to start off the season into maybe a diamond formation couple months down the line once Carlo realizes that the 4-3-3 is not the way forward. So I think from there, he's not going to be starting because Camavinga will take his spot in the midfield. So I think his numbers will go slightly lower. I don't think he's going to go less than double digits. I still think he'll maintain double digits in both just because of the fact he is a goal scorer and he, of course, scores goals and of course, he's going to get the chances. I think for next season, we're going to be expecting a 11 goals, 10 assists from Rodrigo. Then we have 2 more players and let's start with maybe Vinicius Jr., the Ballon d'Or winner for this season. So Vini finished on 24 goals and 10 assists last season. And bear in mind, he was out for 3 months. So that number could have been higher and higher and higher. I mean, you guys saw the level which he dropped between Jan and May. Incredible level. Best in the world level. And the numbers went higher and higher. And he was playing at a top level at every single game. Especially the big games where we pretty much relied on him. So for this season coming up, everyone is expecting Vini's numbers to go lower because he's got Mbappe next to him. So his numbers is going to be shared. The numbers going to be distributed between both parties. I don't think it's going to be lower. A hot take, I don't know if this is a hot take or not. I think his numbers will be even higher compared to what was last season. I am expecting, on both front by the way, both assists and goals. So last season he finished on 24 goals and 10 assists. Believe it or not, I'm predicting Vini, if he stays healthy, I think Vini will have a 33 goal season and a 21 assist season. Yup, you heard me. You heard me. He will break the 30 mark, 100%, just because of the fact, the chances and the space he's going to have, because Mbappe is going to be surrounded by 1 or 2, 3 players. So I think they will complement each other so perfectly, Vini and Mbappe. Honestly, I think this will be, I'm not saying Benzema Vini-esque. I think it will be quite similar to the sense where defenders are not sure, are we going to defend Vini or are we going to defend Mbappe? So that's why I think Vini's numbers will go higher. It's not going to be impacted in a bad way. It'll be impacted in a great way. So for that reason, 33 goals and 21 assists for Vini. And last but not least, we've got Kiki de Bundy, Kylian Mbappe, lot 10, who didn't play last season. This might backfire completely, what I'm about to say. I think, it'll backfire. I trust Mbappe to do it. But if he doesn't do it, then this might be one of the worst predictions that anyone has even predicted. To start off with, I'm predicting Mbappe for next season. Hear me out. You know what? I'm not even going to give you a reason. I'm just going to say it and just move on. How about that? I'm going to just say it and move on because I know you guys, the moment you hear what I'm about to say, you guys are going to go absolute mental. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Are you deluded? What the hell are you talking about? You stinky Arab. Go back to Iraq, whatever. I've heard that before, by the way. I think for next season, Mbappe will finish on 55 goals and 15 assists. That's it. No explanation. I'm not going to explain why. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In 9 months from now, I'm going to come back to this video. I'm going to be reacting to this video, inshallah, if God willing. I'm going to be reacting to this video like this. All right, cool. Okay. And I'm going to react to myself being absolute spot on and absolute right. But guys, this has been the end of the video. Put down in the comments what you guys feel the numbers for Real Madrid players heading into next season, what they are going to be from 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, ending it off with Kylian Mbappe. I'll be back tomorrow with a stream. We are going to be predicting La Liga heading into next season. It will be myself, it will be a Barcelona fan, and it will be an Atletico Madrid fan. Be there at 6:30 tomorrow for a massive, massive stream. See you soon. Peace.